Heroes of Hammerwatch 2 is a top-down dungeon crawler that mixes roguelike runs with action RPG progression. The game got tons of updates by now, and some substantial ones too, so I took another look at this thing, and will break down everything you need to know. Firstly, let's quickly talk about the thing that pulls you in this game, and that is that you keep almost everything between runs. Gear, gold, character levels, town upgrades, so dying really is not that frustrating here. Pretty much everything you do gives you something back. Picking up resources, leveling a character, finishing achievements, even rolling a new class on the side. It all builds up your account in some way, and that feeling that no run is entirely wasted, coupled with some of the insane builds you can make, and the honestly engaging gameplay, is what makes it rather hard to put down. It is also one of the better co-op roguelikes out there, if you have got any friends. Now you begin this with 4 classes: Warrior, Paladin, Ranger and Wizard, and you unlock 3 more through gameplay: Rogue, Warlock and Sorcerer. Each class has 3 specializations on top of that, so the build options are pretty wide. Combat is of course real time, and actually feels a bit closer to Diablo or even Path of Exile than your usual roguelike. Each character has skills you can spec into, weapons you swap between, and trinkets that give passive bonuses. These trinkets are one of the few things that are lost upon dying. A lot of trinkets also come in sets, and stacking the full set gives bonuses that can get pretty crazy if you max them out. There's also a combo system that increases your movement and attack speed as you chain kills together. A run sends you through 8 different area types: forests, caves, crypts, dungeons, courts, the Dark Citadel, and so on, all randomly put together. You can skip ahead between biomes if you're overleveled or just want to go fast, but doing the full route gets you the most loot. Each floor also has stuff like hidden rooms in the walls, bosses with mechanics, and resource piles for town upgrades. Back in town, you sink everything into upgrades: new buildings, NPCs, perks for your characters, enchants for your gear, attunements that permanently buff your trinkets, drinks that change up runs, blueprints that unlock new options. The list keeps going. Shops are expensive on purpose, so you are always saving up for the next thing. There's a chapel where you donate resources for permanent town-wide buffs, and even a spell mastery system that unlocks in New Game Plus. After you beat the final boss, New Game Plus kicks in, with tougher enemies and better rewards. On the downsides, your build during a run depends a lot on what items the game throws at you. You can shape it through shops and choices, but sometimes the one piece you need just never shows up. The game has gotten better about this since launch. For example, chests now base what they drop on the attributes you have picked, but it is still partly luck. Some traders are kind of useless too, offering trades that are simply not worth it. The game came out earlier in 2025, and the developers were originally going to stop updating it once it was stable. However, there is now a steady stream of free content updates. For example, the Shadow Curse system got reworked. That means regular enemies don't curse you anymore, but cursed chests and caches were added, turning the curse into a real risk-reward choice. Elixirs now give permanent stat increases. You can find these in those cursed caches, plus a reroll system for skill picks and trinket choices, new bannerman enemies in the Citadel, and also improved a bit how the armor works. There are dozens of these changes and optimizations. In October, a bigger update added short side missions. Bosses can drop maps that send you into smaller dungeons like spider caves, a bandit keep, or a ghostly crypt, with returning bosses from Hammerwatch 2. That same update brought epic tier armor, Steam Deck support, and a bunch of new languages. Another follow-up update added epic tier weapons with upgraded versions of existing attacks. For 2026, the roadmap shows a paid DLC coming, with a new class, a survival mode, and new equipment types, plus a free update with pets and new trinkets. And even more content and language support is planned after that. If you have friends playing this, then multiplayer is one of the strongest parts. The game officially supports 4 players online, but a console command lets you bring more friends along. 5 works fine, and people have even done 8. Runs land around an hour and 20 minutes, which feels about right for a session with a group. Fair warning though, if you have ever gotten too addicted into a grindy progression game, then this one swallows weekends without asking. So if you have addictive tendencies, then this will probably hook you, so keep that in mind before making your decision. And this sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.